Hello everyone, JSimLady here. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I forgot how I was starting to intro these. I'll do that sometimes. I will change things up a little bit. And then the next video, I'll completely forget to do the change and I'll default back to the old way. And then a few videos later, I'll remember and I'll do the changed up intro again. And then the next video, I'll forget. Ugh, this is terrible. Anyways, I am building a little playground park thingy. It's labeled a playground. We now have 3 different playground slash park lots in the game. We have the park, which is the original lot that came with the game that children will go to, children and above, and it requires like things like chess tables and it requires things that all Sims of all ages would use in an outdoor setting at a park playground type of thing. Then we got national parks, which basically just require a couple of things. I think it's a grill and a picnic table, or a couple of grills and a couple of picnic tables, something along those lines. And that came with, I want to say it came with Outdoor Retreat. It probably did, actually, because that's the first one I remember seeing in the game. And then they later on added it to, they either added it into the base game or they added it to other packs. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they added it to the base game. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's kind of what it feels like they do. Whenever they add a new lot type in, I feel like they don't add it into the expansion pack or game pack or stuff pack or whatever that it's meant to come with. They add the new lot type into the base game and then use that new lot type in the pack, if that makes sense. So we got national parks, but then they used national parks also as a new or an introduction to that lot type in Outdoor Retreat. They used it again in Cottage Living and a couple of other places as well. But also, I'm thinking specifically of this, the playground. They gave us this lot type in the free pre-expansion pack update, and it's one of the featured lots in the new expansion pack. You know what I'm trying to say? Hopefully that makes sense. But I feel like that's how they introduce new lot types. But we do have 3 now. The national park one is probably the most versatile, but it will still only allow children and older to, or not allow, but draw children and older to that lot. Kind of the same as a regular park, the one that's just called park. The only difference between the two is that a park requires chess tables as well as playground equipment and stuff, and a national park just requires picnic tables and grilling things, if that makes sense. Anyways, long story short, this is now a new type of park called a playground, and it mostly only draws in children and younger. I have yet to see a teen show up to one of these playgrounds, and I've only ever had a couple of adults show up, which feels weird to me. It feels like if they're, especially with toddlers, if they're gonna be children and toddlers at these parks, there should probably be at least a few adults hanging around too. I don't know of anybody that lets their toddler go to the park alone. Not even way back in the dark ages of like the 1960s and 1970s. Not that that was actually that long ago, but you know what I'm saying. It feels weird, even in The Sims, to have a bunch of toddlers running around a playground by themselves with very little to no adult supervision. And what's really weird is the game will allow for that, but with the new expansion pack, you can't bring toddlers or infants to a custom venue. Make it make sense, please. I don't understand. A supervised, scheduled event lot cannot have infants and toddlers, but a free range lot with no adult supervision, there are toddlers running all over the place. I don't get it. Anyways, I'm doing this quick 13-minute video, 14, 12, 20. I really don't know what it's going to be when when it's finished, because I basically have more or less lost the ability to speak. I'm doing okay right now, or at least I was when I started out the video. It's getting a little difficult now. I'm suffering a particularly bad bout of severely dry mouth, something that comes along with my medical condition. And you'd think, oh, that's just a minor inconvenience in life. No, literally, my tongue feels like it has swelled up to like 4 times its normal size, and it makes it impossible to speak. Even though my tongue did not swell up, it's just the way it feels when you get this severe of dry mouth, and it makes it virtually impossible to speak. What's really funny is I am producing plenty of saliva right now. Not to be gross, but I am. It's not a problem right now, and yet my mouth is severely dry. Like, literally, I have to stop the recording about once every minute and a half or so. Otherwise, I will start drooling on myself. Yet, I am having an incredibly difficult time speaking because the inside of my mouth is so dry. And I had to basically cancel all of last week. It got to the point where I could barely speak. For some reason, speaking on videos and live streams is significantly more difficult than just speaking in my everyday life. Like, I notice it more, and it becomes more of an issue when I am doing like these voiceovers or talking on a live stream or whatever. It just becomes much, much more severe. That's why I don't have part 3 of Adventure Awaits out yet. That's why I didn't end up doing any more streams last week. I also wasn't feeling good. These things tend to come with other issues along with them. In this case, it appears to be that I had some kind of minor, short-lived virus, but one that kind of knocked me out for a couple of days, made me really slow, made it hard for me to do a lot. I don't know how to explain it. Not a bad virus, not like one that put me in bed for a week or anything, but it definitely made it virtually impossible to do anything normal in a normal capacity, if that makes sense. So yeah, I've been struggling. I have not had this severe of a bout of this stuff in many, many months, and I don't know what triggers it. I don't know how to prevent it. I've spoken to dentists, I've spoken to doctors. Everybody just kind of looks at me dumbstruck and says, it's probably your medical condition. Use dry mouth medications and stuff. And that's like all anybody can do for me. So it's been frustrating, but it's been so long since a bout of it that I thought maybe things were getting better, but I was wrong. Anyways, there's not much to say about the park. I did 2 big bathrooms with changing tables and stuff, and there's plenty of place for the kids to play everywhere. I mean, it's a very small park. It's for my all packs save file. It's in Oasis Springs. I just felt like doing a desert build. I replaced, as you can see, that little house in the neighborhood where Johnny Zest lives. Eventually, his lot will become a trailer court, and the other 2 houses will become small starter houses. And I thought this would be the perfect little playground for their neighborhood there. But yes, one last thing before we get in the walkthrough. I have started a Patreon. You can find the link on my main home page thingy if you go up to my About section, or go to my link tree and you can find it there. It is completely free. At some point I may require memberships, but it'll still be free. You can get my all pack save file builds there as well as the gallery now. So go visit that and let's get to the walkthrough. Since it's a playground and it's a small playground, it's going to be a quick walkthrough, but as you can see, I did use the new Adventure Awaits playset here. I've got a few different things for the kids to play on. Look at those cute plumb bob spinny things. That's adorable. I included a swing and the toddler slide from I don't remember where, honestly. I'm so sorry. I don't remember, like, toddler stuff or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, both the bathrooms are identical and they have changing tables for infants, but also toddlers. I think you can also use them on toddlers. We have the marbles from Love Struck and the hopscotch thing. We've got a little picnic area for the parents to sit at. Not that they come to this lot, but anyways, there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and think about leaving a little comment for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.